Welcome to YourHomeLifeRadio.com. This is the GF Joe Radio Show, and I am your host, GF Joe, the only show that is entirely gluten-free. Every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Welcome to the GF Joe Show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. I made it through this weekend. We had a great time at Foster the Arts fundraiser award ceremony. And the head honcho over there was Nolan Ray giving out awards. A media
you won an award.
Conglomerate. Yes, I won an award. I won
Best show on Your Home Life Radio.
Right here. Best show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. I think it was the best show or the most improved, one of those, right, Nolan?
What's the certificate say there?
The certificate says here,
Pioneer Award.
I won the pioneering
because you were the first person to get on this station, and now how many shows we have? 3.
I got 3, and I get all those residuals. I'm making a lot of money.
This isn't a pyramid scheme.
Oh, sorry. I love comedy. I want to do a comedy show. Thank you, lady. Hey, this is all gluten-free all the time. The GF Joe Radio Show. Alrighty, now call in. No, I'm just kidding. Don't call in yet. You got to listen to my spiel. I'm going to do some shtick now. But anyway, I had this. We had this great award ceremony over the weekend. Fundraiser for FosterTheArts.org. Go there and donate. The event was at the Zone, somewhere in Tarpon Springs. I had a great time seeing other show producers and hosts and meeting Reginald Roundtree of Channel 10 News. And then I got up and my sister and I won an award and we did some shtick. Anyway, it's fun to be around comedians at these award ceremonies. They're always happy and making you laugh. And life and its troubles goes away really fast. I love that. I love comedy. My dad was funny, man. Hey, today is September 11th. 2012, the 11th anniversary of September 11th, 2001. My hearts go out to the victims and families and those that lost their lives and sacrificed their lives trying to save those in the Twin Towers. Got a little emotional there. Got 2 seconds of being emotional. I watched all the documentaries last night on those channels that had them. Channels, documentaries. Anyway, my show is GF Joe Show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. And we're talking about being gluten-free every week from 4:30 to 5:30. What is gluten? What is celiac? I'm going to tell you what gluten is. I usually do my little my shtick. First 10 minutes is what is gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, rye, barley, some oats, some corn, some rice. It's found in condiments, pasta, pizza, spaghetti. If you guys don't know that pasta is spaghetti and spaghetti is pasta. Anyway, I cannot have that. I'm allergic to it. I have an allergy sensitivity to gluten. Those people with celiac have a physical non-immune response to gluten. It actually damages the small intestines, especially the villi. And those villi, they get small and they shrink and get damaged. The only way to restore that is have a gluten-free diet. For those people on a celiac, those who are celiac, sorry, it must have a gluten-free diet. I was going to say that as a person that's allergic to gluten, I get a reaction really fast. It's throughout my whole body. I get headaches. I get a rash. Holy smoke. I'm lethargic in the morning. But this past weekend, I had a milk allergy reaction. Some of the people or patients who have celiac or an allergy usually have the other allergic symptoms, like that they have to be dairy free or casein free or lactose intolerant. So they have to be off a lot of dairy, cheese, and they may have a nuts or soy reaction. But I am just dairy free and gluten free. I can have nuts, and I make my own. I make my own breads under the brand name of GF Joe Brands, gluten-free bakery, and you can find that on gfjoe.com. I make the biscotti, the cupcakes, the chocolate chip cookies, the cookie dough. So before I go any further, I have to release or say my disclaimer on the GF Joe Gluten Free Show, because we do give suggestions and opinions. So the content of the GF Joe radio show and Entertainment Global Media, owned and operated by Your Home Life Radio, is intended for general information purposes only. It is not designed to provide listeners with specific and personal medical professional advice. These programs are not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. Individuals with health issues should always consult their health care provider for professional medical advice, medications, or treatments. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts or their guests, producers, writers, or editors are their own and shall not be construed in any way as advice from the GF Joe radio show. We encourage you to seek professional advice or care for any problem you may have. I appreciate you guys listening to the GF Joe radio show during this memorial period for this day. My show just happens to fall on that day, Tuesday. So maybe I'll have something, a little tribute to the 9/11 a little later on today. I want to thank my brother-in-law, Ron, and Anne-Marie in Virginia for coming out and supporting me at the Foster the Arts Awards ceremony last Sunday. And thank you, Nolan, for giving me these 2 awards. You could see I got that award and I got my little Oscar. So that was a lot of fun getting recognized for being a pioneer. And there's my new logo, the GF Joe logo. Gluten-free, baby. You know, I have a special guest coming next week. Not coming, she's calling in. I'm really excited to announce that on September 18th, Mrs. Jen Scher is going to be calling in and discussing her celiac issues. Jen Scher is the 2012 gold medal Olympic winner for pole vaulting. Now, I think I posted some pictures of her on my Facebook, or you just go ahead and internet research that. And she is a terrific gold medal winner of pole vaulting. That's an incredible sport right there. I know my brother tried to do that in the backyard a couple of times in New York. He's still around talking about it, but I tried it once. Nolan, hey, I had the opportunity to meet Simply Abigail. You know, during my commercial breaks, they play a song by Simply Abigail, and she was at the award ceremony, and I got to meet her. Really nice girl and good, talented singer, songwriter. So hopefully maybe I'll get her on the show and she could play live. I like when they play live acoustic. It's cool. It's terrific. Simply Abigail. All right, so I was telling you about the symptoms, I think, but mainly the gluten-free diets. You know, Dr. Hyman out of, I think he's based out of New York, wrote a book about the better brain or something like that. And he was on the PBS show, and he was looking at all these brains, and he said that the people with the gluten-free diet had the better-looking brain when he was operating or whatever he was doing there. So apparently, I have a better-looking brain. I can't show it. Can it show it to you right now? It's in my head. I could show it to you when I'm dead. How's that? But that's what Dr. Mark Hyman said. He wrote a book about the better-looking brain. Gluten-free people have a better-looking brain. I'm excited about that. But, gluten-free diet and health is a more expensive lifestyle. Most of the items that you purchase, there's a lot of brands out there. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I was going to bring in a brand and analyze it for you guys right here live. And I forgot to bring in the brand item. And I was going to have my comments on it. But most of the stuff is expensive. They use corn or rice. Sometimes I don't personally don't choose corn or rice, but they use corn or rice, and they suggest that's gluten-free. I use sorghum flour mixtures, a premix for my gluten-free products is sorghum flour, tapioca starch, fava bean flour, evaporated cane juice as the sweetener. What else? Potato starch. And then you got to use xanthium gum as the glue because the gluten is not there. So they use xanthium gum to hold it all together. And usually the product I do like is Bob's Red Mill products. Some of them are great for the gluten-free. And that they don't have corn in them too, so I really like that. So Bob's Red Mill, I suggest. I know Bob is out there in Seattle listening in right now. I wish that Dominic Cura would call in. I know he's listening out there in Seattle. He has a recipe for the day for me. My name is GF Joe. I'm the host of your GF Joe show here on yourhomeliferadio.com. If you want to call in, it's 727-597-4022. And over the weekend, I had a little reaction to a dairy incident, and I was lost for like 2 days. I was like, oh man, I took something, and I knew I shouldn't have ate it, but I ate too much is bad. So I was paying for it over the weekend. Anyway, I hear a commercial break coming up, right, Nolan? Sometimes. I think he's going to play either Simply Abigail or something like that.
Well, we have I have a commercial I have to play first.
Go ahead, play that. You have a commercial?
Yeah.
Go ahead, let's do a commercial.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. And are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Look at that. Live on the radio.
And then what do you want to play, Derek Reese or Simply Abigail?
Simply Abigail, and we'll do Derek later.
Wasn't she nice?
She was a sweetheart.
Here it is.
LaughingSombrero.com. That's LaughingSombrero.com. This is where you want to be. LaughingSombrero.com. LaughingSombrero.com.
Oh, hey, little girl, you packed up your satchel, got your shoes waiting by the door. Take one last look over your shoulder, remember what you're leaving for. You think the road will heal your woes, like time works on broken souls. So you closed your eyes, your dreams of Colorado, so you could put your old life away. You cleared your mind, threw worry out the window, and welcomed in the winds of change. You thought the rain can't fall all on you. too. Run this far, as time will take you, but you never run away from your brain. Well, come on home to the arms of your father, so he can take it all away. Take it away, take it away, way, way. Take it away, take it away, take it away, take it away, way, way. Take it away, take it away. Hold on, don't lose your faith, and you'll find you're better someday.
Yeah, Simply Abigail. Welcome back to the GF Joe Radio Show. I am your host, GF Joe, on yourhomeliferadio.com. I had the privilege of meeting Simply Abigail over the weekend at that Foster the Arts fundraiser awards ceremony. Now, Mr. Nolan Ray, very, very good guy, gave me an award. And it's for pioneering Your Home Life Radio channel. I got a little certificate. It's going to go on my wall at the house. The second award was for, I guess, the best show on my channel there, yourhomeliferadio.com. Well, I'm all about improving the show. I kind of, no us, trying to stop my us. We are going to be writing more specific time slots here, and, you know, during the daytime, I work a real job. No, I love this job. I'm looking forward to this job, being a host of my own radio show. So when I drop the ball, I drop the ball. But today's a special day because a lot of memorials are going on all over the country for 9/11, and I posted that on my Facebook, and I asked the question, where were you? I'm sure you guys remember, where were you on 9/11? Me, I was working at a popular gym in Clearwater on Drew Street, or 590 in McMullen in Clearwater, Florida. And I'm looking up at the monitors, and I see that one of the twin towers was smoking, bellowing smoke. And I'm watching it. It was on, I believe, Fox News. Oh, can't say Fox. Anyway, I'm watching it. I was like the maintenance man of this gym. And a lot of people were still working out, paying no attention. I stopped what I was doing. I'm like, holy smoke, you never see that before. I go to the upstairs monitors to get a better view. And then while I'm watching it, I see a plane in the background that was really close at an angle, hit the second building, and it exploded. I watched it live as it happened. I couldn't believe that. I said, that's it. This is not an accident. This is an attack. And a friend of mine that was working with me there, he was Hebrew. He was a Jewish man, nice worker, bodybuilder, and he knew right away. He knew right away who did it. And he said Osama bin Laden. And I'm like, who's that guy? I didn't know. I wasn't really paying into the world politics, world foreign policy, but he's the one that masterminded the one that happened in 1991, the World Trade Center. And so from then on, I knew who Osama bin Laden was. It was really, really sad that day. I told my boss, listen, this is bad. I'm taking the rest of the day off. And the whole gym kind of stopped and just looked at the monitors. I think I went home. I don't remember much after that. I just went home. And watching the whole thing on TV that night. And I knew I got a text or something from my cousin that he, in Long Island to New York, you have the LIE, the Long Island Expressway, and that goes straight into the city. My cousin is a New York City cop. And he was saying it was kind of weird because the whole highway system was open because all the cops blocked the entrance way into the city except for him. And he was in his truck and he had his lights going, and he was I think it was him and another guy in there. He was a cop, and he was heading into the city to go see what he can do. And it was a one-way ticket straight there. And we just, make sure he was okay. My other cousin was on the other side of Manhattan. I think he was crossing. One cousin's going in, one cousin's evacuating that area. My cousin Chris was on the Brooklyn Bridge side, somewhere over there, and they're all being evacuated. So that's what I remember about that 9/11, making sure everybody was okay. That's the GF Joe Show here on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Yeah, we know. And then, cut to 10 years later, President Obama finally, gives the word to go get him, since the CIA and the Navy SEAL tracked him for 9.5 years. And they found him in Pakistan. And so they got him, which was really cool. I wish they would captured him. That would have been great. And I wish that they should have done what they did to William Wallace of Braveheart when they captured him. I think they cut off his limbs and put one in each section of the city and the town, and they eviscerated him and emasculated him and hung his head up high. And they should have really done that, in my stupid schmuck opinion. But they got Osama, and hopefully that'll be hopefully that'll be the end of that. But I know Al Qaeda is still out there, and those people are trying to still attack America. And we definitely have to have our defenses up and be diligent. Welcome to the GF Joe Show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. I was supposed to be talking about gluten-free today, but today is 9/11. It does affect me, and so it will affect what I have to say. We have any more commercials?
We actually do.
Please do a commercial for me.
Let me see if I can find it.
And I did do my disclaimer before, so I hope everybody heard it.
When and where you least expect it, something goes wrong with your vehicle. It might be a dead battery, lost keys, or a broken fan belt. That's why National Motor Club highlights our Diamond Plus membership to assure you and your family's safety and security. Go to YouGotBenefits.com. That's YouGotBenefits.com. Emergency roadside assistance, travel assistance reimbursement, trip planning, bail bonds, attorney fee reimbursement, and much more. Make sure you go to YouGotBenefits.com. Don't leave home without it. YouGotBenefits.com. That was the car starting up at the end.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard it. Did you?
I
hear
did. I heard it.
it? So, anyway.
Anyway, I am excited that I will be having, I don't know if I told you, well, I did tell you before, that Jen Sure will be coming on next week. And we did a press release that will be going out tomorrow morning to over 500 media outlets. And she'll be my first popular award-winning guest to call in on my show. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what to ask her. No, I know what to ask her. I'm just kidding. September 18th, next week at between 5:30 and 6:30, she'll be calling in, and we're going to talk to Jen. We're going to talk to her about her diagnosis of celiac, and maybe we can, have her call in once in a while, every 6 months or so, whatever. But Jen Sure, an Olympic gold medal winner of 2012 pole vaulting, will be calling in next week. And I am excited, and I'll be here with my co-host, Daryl Kraft. I know he's going to be calling in a little bit later. He's a teacher, and he's a single dad, and he's out on the road trying to pick up his son from school right now. And if he doesn't call in, I'm going to squash him. Well, I had a great time the other night getting these awards. They had some really unique awards and unique shows on Entertainment Global Media. He has 47 shows, this guy. He is a mogul. He should be in Manhattan. Anyway, Gluten Free Joe. My name is GF Joe. I also run a little bakery called GF Joe Gluten Free Bakery and GF Joe Brands, which will be coming to a store near you soon. I am producing and distributing some cookies, cupcakes, and biscotti. I love my biscotti. My brother Charlie I inspired him to say, hey, let's come up with a gluten-free biscotti cookie, and he did, and it comes out nice. Now we're going to do one that he makes it gluten-free and dairy-free, but we're going to try to do it without the eggs. Technically, you know what I mean? You got to have the eggs. And I'm like, all right, let's try without the eggs and see how it should come out. But anyway, gluten. What is gluten? It's that wheat, that is that protein that's found in wheat, and celiac people and people with an allergic response cannot digest wheat or pasta or rye or barley. Now, some of the symptoms that I found out in 1997 were the headaches, the rash, the lethargic, being really out of focus, and being slow. I believe one of the main things was that I was not thinking clearly. Now, a lot of athletes today, they when they get off the wheat and go on a gluten-free diet, they notice right away their clear thinking is more profound. They have a clearer mind, and their performance level does show improvement. If you're interested in going gluten-free, you always could give me a call, and I can support you, encourage you about a gluten-free lifestyle. You can call me on the radio station right now, 727-597-4022, or you can call me through the bakery line, which is 727-264-1333. If you're not listening right now, maybe if you listen online later on, you can always call through that number, and that usually goes directly to my cell phone. The other day, I sent a bag. I got an online order. Then I sent it to North Carolina. She ordered it from Spain. This is great how the internet works. The lady ordered it from Spain for her grandfather who lived in North Carolina, and I'm in Florida. Amazing how this all works. She ordered from Spain for her grandfather, and that was the last Sunday was also Grandparents' Day. So happy belated Grandparents' Day from the GF Joe radio show on yourhomeliferadio.com. Anyway, I got the memo back that the grandfather was pleasantly surprised, and she said the biscotti cookies were remarkable. I posted and I quoted her on my website, and you can see that. Actually, it's on my Facebook. Sorry, it's on my Facebook, and I'm glad when people love the products I put out. And I can tell you right now, little business secret. You want to know? Here, listen in closer. Business secret: if your product sucks, you're not going to be in business long. So I'm trying all the time to keep my product at a consistent high standard of taste. That's the number one thing or trait that people want in food is, does it taste great? Absolutely, it tastes great. All of my products do taste great. The biscotti cookies, the chocolate chip cookie dough, the bread. When I get the bread mix, I modify it to make my own recipe. So I change things. I take out, I replace stuff that it says in the recipe. It says add dairy this, I don't. I add non-dairy stuff, like non-dairy butter. So all my products do taste great. Got a great product, got a great brand name, and you're all set. Gluten-free. It's a tough life, but you can get through it. It's really tough. You know, your family, friends were like, oh, what do we get Joe? He's hanging out with us tonight. You know, people will start acting like that, which is kind of nice. You know, they care and they think about you. That's the only thing that I had to leave the place early is because the whole place didn't have any gluten-free stuff, so I had to leave early. Sorry, Nolan. I had to go eat. I was going to bring some of my stuff. The cupcakes. Everybody went crazy for my gluten-free cupcakes. I got a little busy over the weekend. During the week, I operate as a handyman, so I'm running around doing a lot of fixing this, fixing that, building this, painting that, and then trying to get my bakery rolling, answering phone calls and emails, getting stars to be on my show. So I love what I'm doing right now, the GF Joe radio show, and I'm excited that Nolan Ray of Entertainment Global Media is helping me out, trying to always improve my show. The biggest secret that I sometimes fail is that I don't prepare my shows too well. So next week, I know I'll be prepared well because I'm getting a professional gold medal winner on. This is the GF Joe show, ready to go. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, Joseph.
Yes.
Nolan, how you doing?
Hey, look who it is.
We need to see Nolan's face every now and then so the public can see how handsome he is, too.
And who's calling? Who's this caller? I don't recognize the voice.
Why, it's me, Anne-Marie, your wonderful sister.
Oh, is this the A&N news segment that we talked about?
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, great picture. I know when he's waving at me. I love it.
That is my show. He's cutting into my airtime. I got to charge him for that. Is this a sponsor? That was sponsored by Entertainment Global Media.
Your sister, she wanted me. What can I say?
Hey.
That's right.
Maybe it's because I'm so gluten-free.
Hey, right.
Well, I just want to tell you what's on the menu tonight. It's cheeseburgers with French fries and salad. And it's just
on my way.
It's a simple way, but it's a good way too.
So cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger. How many cheeseburgers? Anyway, sounds like it's all gluten free except for the bun, right? You gotta have a bun.
Well, we'll have the bun, but you could wrap it in lettuce and eat it that way.
A lettuce wrap. That's right. Anne-Marie, the Empress, is correct.
Right,
Yeah.
and then you can still put ketchup or mustard, pickle, and tomato, and then you take the big part of the lettuce and you wrap it around it, and then boom, you're ready to go.
How'd you say that? Say that
How
again.
do I say? Boom, you're ready to go.
The big part of the lettuce,
The big part of the lettuce, the bigger part.
the leafy
You know.
green.
Don't chop up the lettuce. Some people think, how are you going to put shredded lettuce? No, make it big. Make it the big leaf.
Yes, you make it a lettuce wrap, and then you could eat the burger.
Correct. And then you can still have the fries, and you can still have a salad, unless you just, throw it all into the burger and stuff. And that's what's for dinner tonight.
Terrific. Sounds gluten free. Just don't eat the bun, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to have the bun.
I know you.
I'll eat your bun.
You are not gluten free, Pyson. But hey,
No, I'm not.
What was the? Where were you on 9/11? 11 years ago, Anne-Marie.
I
the
was
Empress?
working at school, and I heard something was going on. I put the TV on in the main office, and the first thing I did was I woke up my parents. And my mother didn't want to believe me.
Oh, that's right, because it did happen. What was that?
And then the next thing I did was I checked on my daughter because I worked at the same school she went to. And within an hour, we had 2,000 parents come and get their kids out of school.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was, even though something still so far away, but yet so close to us here in, this area, and it made it difficult for a lot of people because, like you said, our cousins, one was going into the city, one was leaving the city,
Yep.
and everybody was just calling and checking on everybody.
Yeah, we'll never forget that day. That day.
Nope. But God bless the people that were there, and God bless the people that tried to help those people. And that's all we can
Yes.
do. But you know what? I was watching one of the talk shows this morning, and one of the talk show hosts said something very well. I'm going to quote that person, and she said, "We're still these United States. Doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, or your religion, we're all still standing, and we're still here."
Yes.
That's why we're allowed to be in this country, to do what we want and say what we want. That's what makes these United States.
Thank you, Anne-Marie, the Empress.
All right, let me go because I'm sure there's other callers should be calling in.
Oh yeah,
Bye, Nolan.
the whole
Wait,
board.
I'm gonna patch you over to my desk. I want to ask you something, but yeah, thank you for calling the Joe Show.
The GF
GF
Joe
show.
radio show on Your Home Life Radio. I think Anne-Marie, the Empress, might be getting her own show. We talked about that in development.
She's got to have my wife as her first guest.
All right, Anne-Marie, thank you for helping out today.
Bye, Joe.
We love our sisters and our families. Hey, so anyway, xanthium gum. Most of the gluten-free products that we have xanthium gum. Gluten is like the glue. It's also from the phrase glutinous, which means a glue. It's like the stickiness that keeps everything together. So when you take that out in a gluten-free diet, you got to replace it with something or else everything falls apart. So most of the recipes and most of the brands that you see out there, they finally did a little research and they said, hey, xanthium gum works pretty good. Let's try that. Xanthium gum. Now, if I could just enlarge this thing for us. Oops, there it is. Xanthium gum. I'm going to, I just went to the website and really fast because I have it on another site. Xanthan gum is a polysaccharide derived from bacterial coat of Xanthomonas campestris as a food additive and a modifier, commonly used as a food thickening agent in salad dressings and a stabilizer in cosmetic products. It is produced by the fermentation of glucose and sucrose and/or lactose. After the fermentation period, the polysaccharide is precipitated from a growth medium with alcohol dried and ground into fine powder. Later, it is added to a liquid medium to form the gum. So that is xanthium gum. It's a polysaccharide coming from the fermentation of glucose and/or sucrose. And that is our thickening agent right there. I use a lot of, like I said before, the only products I promote are the ones that help my body, and is Bob's Red Mill gluten-free mixes. I stay away from the ones with corn and rice. So that's one of my personal issues. Is I'm allergic to rice, and being a gluten-free. And I got last weekend I had a big reaction. I don't know if it was, I had some kind of rice mixture going on, but I found out it was the dairy. Don't have dairy. I had too much dairy. Sometimes I can handle a little bit, but this was way too much, and I was out for like 2 days. I was like too lethargic. I was feeling bad. Anyway, that was the gluten-free radio show. Well, we're coming down to the last 15 minutes. And I believe, I can't wait for next week when Jen Scher will be coming on discussing celiac. I am your host here on yourhomeliferadio.com. Now I could say it's the award-winning show. I'm excited to say that, and you can see online right now, I'm holding up my little trophy, my little award. So the GF Joe Radio Show is now an award-winning show. I'm going to put that on the website somewhere. I got a Pioneering Award and Best Overall Show in my channel, so I'm really excited. YourHomeLifeRadio.com. That's every Tuesday from 5:30 to 6:30. The GF Joe Radio Show. Hey, did we have Simply Abigail, Nolan? If you're listening, 727-597-4022 is the phone line. You can call in. You can talk to me about being gluten-free or something like that on GF Joe Radio Show. Be back in a few.
Let me know you so I can fix you. Whoa. 'Cause when I can crawl into your insides, I will know how to mend the outsides. Whoa, and I know you don't know me quite yet. Whoa, and I'll show you the doors inside my head. So dream, please shut your eyes and imagine there's no need to rush. We've got time, and I have it, and I have it, and I'm waking up at 2 and 3 in the morning, falling back asleep, but the dreams won't come back to me, to me. it's dark outside, if it's the same to you, then I'll keep them open wide. Wow, and I know you didn't want to fall down. Wow, and I'll me know you, so I can fix you. Wow. 'Cause when I can crawl into your insides, I will know how to mend the outside. Whoa, and I know you.
Welcome back to YourHomeLifeRadio.com. I am GF Joe on the GF Joe Radio Show. Is there a caller out there?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, this is GF Joe.
Hi, this is Dominic.
Hey, Dominic, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You got a recipe for us. This is Dominic, everybody, the young author from Seattle, Washington. Thank you for calling in, Dominic.
What's up, party people?
Dominic, what's the name of your cookbook, first of all?
Eternally gluten-free.
That's right. Eternally gluten-free. I like when you say it because you wrote it. I like for you to say it sometimes. So you have, I know you're calling, I asked you to call right away, and thank you for doing that. You have a recipe from your Eternally Gluten-Free that you can buy on Amazon.com. What's the recipe today, Dominic?
So today is one of my best recipes that doesn't even taste gluten-free at all, and it's really light. It's my carrot cupcakes.
All right, shoot, go ahead. Teach me how to make it.
Okay, so first you're going to need half a teaspoon salt, 1 3/4 tablespoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon allspice, 1 cup brown rice flour, 1 cup white rice flour, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon xanthan gum, 2 1/2 cups grated carrots, half cup brown sugar, 4 eggs, 3/4 cup buttermilk, 1 1/2 cup sugar, 1 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Then the instructions are: preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine the salt, spices, flours, baking soda, and xanthan gum. Mix the carrots and brown sugar together. Beat the eggs, buttermilk, sugar, and oil with an electric mixer on medium until combined and smooth. Beat in the vanilla and then beat into the dry ingredients until smooth and combined. Then add in the carrot mixture and mix a little longer until incorporated. Pour in cupcake tin and bake for 25 minutes. Mix about 2 dozen cupcakes. That's it.
Terrific. Terrific. Hey, you know, if you want, you can do this every week if you want. It's always going to help young entrepreneurs. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention last time you were on. Thank you for that. Thank you for the cupcake recipe for today, the carrot cake. And we can find that his Eternally Gluten-Free cookbook is online at Amazon.com. And how much is the book?
It's, I think right now, currently at $12.95.
Wow, that's a good price. That's a terrific price. Hey, you mentioned that you're an aspiring film director, right?
Well, I hope to be.
So are you doing anything? Yeah. Are you doing any filming right now with the video camera or making short films at all?
Well, I'm making some films with my friend, and then I'm not sure if I told you this yet, but I'm trying to make a documentary about celiac disease.
Terrific. Good. Documentaries are I'm sure you know you have to be like a journalist. You have to have the 5 W's. You know, who, what, when, where, why, and how. Just study the pro ones. There's a lot of great pro documentarians out there. I was in the film world. I worked for a very famous television producer, writer, Stephen J. Cannell. And I got to be, as a production assistant, I got to work with everybody from the writers, the directors, the editors. So I had like film school 101 and working for the guy, and they were paying me $400 a week. I'm like, man, this is like a New York film school degree I got here.
That's good.
So if you need any help or anything, I believe now, in my strong opinion, that it all comes down to writing. If you have a great script, every week Stephen Cannell had a great TV episode because he had great writers who planned out each character, each subplot, each sub-story, and they worked basically, you know, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at night, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So that's where your writing is the best part. When you write, sit down and write your piece. And then filming is really easy. Really, you got to get good actors. But now you're making a documentary, so you don't need actors. You need real people talking about their issues, and that's pretty easy. Now it's just up to you how creatively you can get with it. But I had a lot of fun being in film, you know, working for Cannell, and then I did do some UCLA night school for cinematography. I got an A in that class. I did a directing class. I studied acting for a year, and I still have my Screen Actors Guild card. And I've been in a lot of movies. You can call me or email me anytime, Dominic.
I will, actually. I'm probably going to use it up a lot, actually, if that's okay with you.
Terrific. What kind of video camera do you got?
Oh, I'm not sure the name right now. I don't know what it is, actually.
Well, call in next week. I don't know if you've been listening. I'm going to have the Olympic gold medal winner on next week, Jen Schur, and she'll be talking about celiac.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, so if you want to call in next week, you can talk to her, and she's my first professional popular guest on the GF Joe radio show on yourhomeliferadio.com. So if you call in, you could talk to her, and maybe she could be in your little documentary. You never know.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Dominic, thank you for calling in, and thank you for sharing your recipe. You're more than welcome to call in every week if you want.
Thank you.
All right, have a great time out in Seattle.
You too, in Florida.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody, that was Dominic Cura. He's like a young author. He wrote the book Eternally Gluten Free. It's on Amazon.com over there, and you can purchase it for $12.95, I think he said. And so I love helping other people succeed. You know, it's passing the buck forward. You know, if people out there need help, and if I can do it, I will. You know what I mean? That's the way I'm built. I'm designed. If nothing's happened for me, but I can help that guy, I will help that guy. And that guy is Dominic Cura, and he's an author. He's 13 years old, and so he shared a little recipe from his book. You can buy his book on Amazon.com. Today's one of those tough days that you got to remember what happened. Where were you 10 years ago on September 11th, 2001? That was really, really sad. I posted a little thing on my Facebook, a little tribute page there, a little tribute thing, and everybody's been commenting. I have the Twin Towers on my Facebook now. In between the Twin Towers, this photographer, I'm trying to find out who took the photo. The light is so bright, and it looks like there's a cross between the Twin Towers. And I see a cross. If you look at it carefully, it's like, wow, there's a cross. There's, so that's a little symbolic thing right there. That's on the GF Joe Facebook page if you want to go there. I thank you for the callers that called in today. I'm going to run the show a little short today.
Well,
Yes. Go ahead, caller.
yes, I'm just calling in to say great show.
Hey, Daryl, thank you so
Buddy.
much. Are you excited? We're going to have Jen Scher on next week.
I'm so excited. I'm so fired up, and I'm inspired that you have attained this guest. And I wanted to say that out loud. So,
Thank you.
because I'm honestly very inspired by the nutritional movement that you're a part of, and also just the fact that you're reaching for the stars, and you got the star, Jen Scher. And I'm being a track and field man, I'm very, very excited.
Yes, that's right, Daryl. I forgot Daryl Kraft is a former track and field college guy, and he's excited to be. He'll be in person co-hosting. So we're gonna tag team Jen. And
I gotta go. I'm at work.
You're at work. All right,
people
go
coming
ahead.
in.
I only got 2 minutes anyway. Thanks,
I just
Daryl.
want to say, hey,
You better be here next week.
all right, bye.
Thanks for calling in on the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. Like I said, next week, please listen up. We have the pole vaulting 2012 Olympic champion, gold medal winner Jen Scher will be calling in approximately around 6 o'clock. From 5:30 to 6:30 is my show. We're going to have a few callers. I bet we'll have a lot of callers because the press release is going out tomorrow morning. And that will be to 500 media outlets. I love starting things, and I want this show to very much succeed. I have high hopes for this show, and I'm going to do my very best. Even though I have my own little disorders in life, I'm trying to get the show off the ground, dealing with my own health issues, being gluten-free. I'm excited. The GF Joe Show is sponsored by the GF Joe Gluten-Free Bakery. You can find some of my products on gfjoe.com. Biscotti, we have cupcakes, and we have chocolate chip cookies. We could ship those. The cupcakes, I might have to ship them, but I would have to ship them really fast, maybe overnight them. You know, anything gluten-free is usually either frozen in the bread area or refrigerated. So when I make my cupcakes, I will refrigerate them, and I had one earlier today. I was testing out my new recipe for the vanilla. I put in too much vanilla, and boy, does that hurt the throat when you put in too much vanilla. I think Nolan is about to help me close out the show. I want to say a little prayer to those in 9/11. I'll just say a comment that that everybody is given strength, and I pray that we just continue to fight the Al Qaeda, and that we just protect our country. This is a great country, and I like what my sister said, that we were so united in those 10 years ago. Like there was no Democrats. We were like all one, and I felt it. I felt it. This is the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. And I won an award last weekend for my show here. I got a little award. Yes, I'm an award-winning GF Joe Radio Show. I got 2 awards, one for pioneering the channel, yourhomeliferadio.com, and I got an award for my channel. So we'll catch you next week on yourhomeliferadio.com. How you doing, Nolan? You ready to wrap this up? Help me wrap it up.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was the gluten-free show of the week.
I'm your host, and I'll see you next week with Jen Scher on the GF Joe Radio Show. All gluten-free all the time on yourhomeliferadio.com. And once again, thank you for listening to the GF Joe Radio Show, only on yourhomeliferadio.com.